Think your partner's cheating? Let Big Bay Mornings set the love trap.
Stephanie is on the line this morning. Stephanie is concerned with her husband. So here's the deal. She's been begging her husband to put up security cameras at the house for months and months and months. He refused to do so. So Stephanie had it done. She had the cameras installed, but now husband turned the cameras off. Does that sound about right, Stephanie?
Yeah, guys. This is why I need your help. So here's the thing. So our neighbors have been having their packages taken from their houses in the past year, and I've been asking my husband Cole to install a door camera for months, but he kept dragging his feet. So finally, I was just over it. I said, whatever, I'm done. You know, especially with the holidays coming up. So I decided to order the cameras, and I had a handyman install them. Not only was Cole not helpful, like at all, with helping install these cameras, he just seemed like really annoyed that I had done it in the first place.
Do you think he seemed annoyed that you called somebody else to set it up, or it was really just that you did set up cameras?
He had his opportunity to put them up himself.
You know, he did. That is his fault if he got mad that somebody else, had to come in and install it. But do you know what pissed him off?
Yeah, I think my gut instinct is that he was annoyed that I went above him and was like, forget this, I'm doing it myself. I need these cameras, and that I did them anyways. But he was just annoyed and frustrated. And even though he didn't really want the cameras initially, once they were installed, he just kept insisting on having the login information.
He didn't care about the cameras, but when they were installed,
Yeah.
he wanted to be able to watch them now?
That is correct. Yeah. So to be petty, I ignored him about giving him the login information for weeks, and he got really upset. He started demanding the login, and I don't know. I thought it was just so weird that he was so not interested in the cameras at all, but now he was just really wanting the login. So anyways, I gave it to him finally. I gave up. I gave him the login, but I started monitoring all the notifications pretty carefully just to make sure,
I do think it's fair that he wanted the login information, though. I mean, you guys are married and live together. You should both have access to the cameras. Be quiet over there. I see you already. What?
No, I was just going to say, why is he suddenly in? Why does he need all this information now?
Oh, I thought you were going to say because I kept the login information from my wife.
I was hoping somebody was going to call you out.
I wasn't going to go there.
But I feel like you've been there, done that, Benny.
The difference is I offered the login information to my wife. She declined. Her husband was begging, and wifey said no.
Okay.
All right. So you thought maybe because suddenly he wanted the information, he could be up to something.
Yeah, it didn't sit well with me. And, I didn't notice anything was happening, anything unusual was really happening until I left for an overnight trip. I had to go out of town for work. And when I was away those couple days, he didn't return any of my calls or texts when I was gone for that overnight trip. And I thought it was really, really weird. So I checked the cameras to see if he had come home late or whatever, and all the cameras were offline. It was just really weird. So I kept trying to get a hold of him, and he just didn't respond until the next morning. And then I asked him, what happened last night? And he was like, I had a long day at work. I crashed when I got home. And none of it made sense to me. And so I asked him, why were the cameras offline? And he's like, I had no idea. But this is the weird part, you guys. Before I got home, all of a sudden the doorbell camera was working just fine.
There's an internet outage in the neighborhood. They got it resolved.
Oh,
and
yeah.
got back to town. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah.
He's had it. I was about to say, he's got 1, 2, 3 strikes here.
I'm just kidding.
Thank you.
I agree.
Yep.
I agree.
Yep. Definitely. So, this is where we're at. I'm really frustrated, and I just need answers.
Yeah.
I need to know what's going on.
There's a reason he didn't want to install the cameras. Then when you installed them, he wanted the login, so then he could turn them off and on when he felt like it.
Yeah, it just almost feels like only someone that would want to hide something would be upset about installing cameras that's going to keep something secure in your home and keep your home safe. So it all kind of started getting a little suspicious from that point on. But guess we're going to find out.
We sure are. Here's what we'll do. We'll play a song, Stephanie. When that song ends, we'll call your husband. We'll set the love trap. We'll go from there. Okay?
All right. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, hello?
Hi, good morning. May I please speak with Cole?
Who is this?
Hi, Cole. My name is Chad, and I'm calling from Bougie Bouquet, and we are a brand new flower and plant shop in Saratoga. How are you this morning?
I know I shouldn't have answered this.
No, actually, you should have.
Spam call? Like, what is this?
It's not, man. I'm calling with a fantastic offer. So let me just go ahead and tell you this. First and foremost, we are a local mom and pop shop. So this is not some national spam call. This is legit. I am the owner here at Bougie Bouquet. And we've been open a little more than 2 months now. We specialize in flowers and plants. And what we're doing as a grand opening promotion, choosing local residents every single day to give a phone call to, like this one here, and offer them a free bouquet of flowers. You are one of those winners, Cole. So congrats. Not only did you win free flowers, you also won free same-day delivery. Is that something you might be interested in?
Okay, yeah, you had me spinning up here for a second. I get all these spam calls,
I
think I've actually seen your guys' shop before. So, tell me about this. Like, how does this work?
This morning, the offer is real simple. If you say yes, you just give me an address. That could be your address or that could be someone else's address. So really, these flowers can go anywhere. If you wanted to send them to like someone else, we can do that as well. But that's it. You know, the goal is we want to get your business. Next time you need to purchase flowers or plants, not a requirement. That is the goal. We do ask a social media post of the flowers and you could tag us at Bougie Bouquet. That would be awesome as well.
Okay. All right. Well, I've got somebody I want to send these to.
Yeah, we could do that. So I'll get rid of your name, and then why don't you give me the name of the recipient?
Madison.
So here's what we'll do. We'll get her address in a moment, but the card right now just says to Madison from Cole, but you could add a little message in there if you would like.
Let me think about it. All right. Perfect. Here. So let's write this. Sorry I had to cancel our date the other night, but I'll make it up to you.
Mm-hmm. So when the cat's away, the mice will play, as they say. Hey, Cole, my name is not Chad. My name is Bennie. I am not calling from a flower and plant shop. I'm calling from a radio station, 99.7 now. You're on the air. You're on what is called the Love Trap. Your wife, Stephanie, reached out to us because she thinks you're up to something shady. Remember when she was out of town, she was away, you turned off the cameras, assuming you were trying to sneak someone in the house or you were trying to sneak out of the house. Probably Madison. You want to talk to your wife?
Cancel your date?
Well, there she is.
Cancel your date? What date, Cole? You are a married man.
Steph, what are you doing to me right now? Like, what is this?
Oh, I'm sorry. What am I doing to you? What are you doing to me? You're dating another woman behind my back, and obviously sneaking her into our house when I'm at work or I'm out of town. My God, no wonder you didn't want to put up those cameras.
Wow. Okay, so you are jumping to so many conclusions right now. Like, this is not like what you. I'm not seeing somebody else. You just don't understand. Like, and you're doing this on live radio. Like, what is this?
What? Okay, so let me. What am I not understanding? What am I understanding? That you didn't send flowers to someone? Why don't you explain that to me, huh? Why don't you explain to me who you sent those flowers to? And you broke a date? Why don't you explain that? Go ahead. I want to hear.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, here we go. So it's not what you think, right? Like, it just was a lunch thing, just like a lunch get together, right? So it's for work. It was a work thing, right? So it was a lunch date for work. You know how they like?
Oh, you had a lunch date. You had a lunch date at night. You had a lunch date at night. How stupid do you think I am? You didn't want the cameras in the first place. Okay, you were MIA when I was out of town. You didn't answer my messages. You didn't call. You obviously disconnected the cameras, and now you're telling me you're sending flowers to some chick called Madison? Stop lying.
This is what you do. You stir the pot, right? Like, you make something out of nothing. Like, you can believe whatever you want, right? But I am telling the truth. It's your choice to believe or not.
Yeah, the way you're going to tell the truth is you're going to give us Madison's number. Oh. You're going to give it to us right now, and we're going to call her. Because you want to know what? I want to know who this Madison is, this work friend. Let's do it. Let's call her.
Let's do this on live radio, like, so I can lose my job, right? Like, like, I'm the one bringing the money into the house. Like,
well, lose your job or lose your wife.
Oh, you know what? This is what you're going to do. You are not going to come home. That's what you're not going to do. You're not going to come back into this house, and I don't want to talk to you until I talk to Madison. So that's what we're going to do right now. You're going to give us this number, or you just don't come home, and you're done.
Okay, you're just going to yap away. I'm not going to give you her number. I told you this is just a work thing. Like, I don't understand. Why don't you just believe me?
Okay, Okay, I will believe you. I will believe you. We're all going to believe you if you give me her number right now.
Wow. No, I mean,
All right. Well, you know what? Just don't come home. I'm done. I'm so done with your lies. Just don't come home.
New Love Trap tomorrow morning.
Wake up.
On Big Bay Mornings.